Jim Garcia. My character name is Spaz. Most people that know me at all would agree that that's a good name choice for me because I tend to be a little clumsy.
My name is Mike Spiro, aka Spiro Digliozzi. That's why I use Spiro. And my stage name is Mongo.
My name is Peter Altmans, and my character name is Stretch.
How you doing? I'm Jack Yoakum, otherwise known as Biff from the Nerds. I play drums, and they pay me not to sing.
Well, we were at a barbecue, and the guy running the barbecue had introduced me to this guy, Steve Tarkanish. Turned out to be our manager. But he said, you know, why don't you put a band together, call yourselves the Nerds, play a whole bunch of black music. And it seemed like a ridiculous enough idea. I talked it over to a couple of guys, and the band was formed, and it was really kind of done as like a joke. For about 6 months, it was very jokish, and then it really started to take off and gather up a following and all that.
We kind of perform out of the box. You know, it's not pretty much straightforward. We kind of put a little twist on everything, along with a little bit of comedy, and we're phenomenal musicians.
I think it's just because everybody goes up individually on stage and is just into playing and performing in their own capacity what they like to do, and somehow it just gels together, and it's just that everybody gives like their own share of the energy, and it just happens as one, and it just has maintained for this amount of time.
My fondest memories of this group of guys is just the first time we got together and played, immediately I felt the chemistry with how we all sounded, how we played, the feel of the band, the groove of the band, and how everybody listened to one another. And right away, that's the most important thing when you play with other musicians. Does it feel right? And it felt right within the first few seconds.
When we started in 1985, the typical band was dressing in heavy metal, hair band kind of clothes. So it seemed like a good way to go, to just completely go anti that and just dress like this, not worry about the look, not worry about posing or looking good, not worry about anything other than performing and trying to stay honest to the music. And for somebody like me who sweats more than any human on the planet, it seemed an easy way to pull it off.
Well, we tried to do originals back in early 1990s. We actually shopped a package and showcased for Capitol Records out in California. On our first CD, we have 7 of our own songs. The record labels loved the act, but they didn't really hear anything in the songs themselves. So we decided, you know what, screw it. Let's just do what we're really good at, and you can be creative performing other people's material. And we just said, let's work to our strengths.
Although New Jersey has a rich heritage of fantastic artists like Springsteen and Bon Jovi and the Four Seasons and Frank Sinatra, My Chemical Romance and all of those guys, Whitney Houston, what have you, it's a very different business than the club business. The club business is a bar business. It's an entertainment business. It's not a music business. It's not about following any trends. It's not about composing or trying to create anything other than a really fun time in a bar.
I think we hit our niche covering material. I mean, if we did our own stuff, we might lose our audience. Tried it a little bit in the beginning, but it didn't quite work. So this is what we do for a living.
We so enjoy doing the business of getting people happy, excited, and distracted from their crazy lives that we just pursued that as much as it could possibly be pursued. So not only do we do bars, private events and weddings and corporate events, we fly all over the country doing it because we know how to do a good time. We can't really write a great song but we know how to do a good time.
I think we're very aware of how lucky we are, and we've always worked very, very hard to play our best night after night. We've never looked beyond the show at hand. It's very important to play your best that night. You can't be thinking about a week from that night or a month from now or a year from now. You have to perform for the people you're playing for then. And I think we've always had a tremendous appreciation for our fans.
I think that we became successful because we were sort of an outlaw kind of a band. And I guess the best way I could describe it, it was almost as if everybody, whoever saw us, was in on some inside joke, on some really big, elaborate, transparent inside joke. And people like inside jokes. So if you asked anybody at the time, hey, have you ever seen the Nerds? The Nerds, what is that? The Nerds, what is that? The last thing that they would equate to a rock band. So having that inside joke approach to everything that we did seemed to carry over and just build a big following.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right on time is tricky. That's how it goes. To rock around. That's right on time. It's tricky. To rock around. That's right on time. It's tricky. I met this little curly. Her hair was kind of curly. Went to her house of buster after I had to leave her early. Not really sleazy, only to say breezy.
I have no idea what it feels like to be rich or famous. As an artist, if you could be an artist and be rich and famous, yeah, I mean, that, you know, you must be, I think to ultimately, if you're an artist to ultimately get to that point, yeah, you probably are pretty good, so you deserve to have whatever it is you have. Right?
We've been fortunate in that we've been able to make a living, and actually a very good living, doing this for 30 years. I mean, we started this when we were in our late 20s. So we've grown to adulthood, through adulthood, just doing this is our sole source of income. And it's been pretty good. Rich and famous, hey, I would love for somebody to hand me $1 million check tomorrow and invest it soundly in all kinds of things that I would never have to worry about money again. But the money makes us able to do what we love. And oh, by the way, we can make a living doing it. So it's kind of a cycle. As much as we're not rich and famous, we have a good local fame, a good reputation, and we just love to play. You could take just about any musician, any artist, and give him an opportunity to do his art. And the money is almost going to become secondary. The money becomes a means by which you can expand on your art, and really not the other way around.
In essence, the Jersey Shore hasn't changed at all. I think the same underpinning of people coming down here to enjoy themselves and have fun is always there. I mean, music has changed, maybe styles and fashion have changed, but I do think the Jersey Shore has always had this good time, fun thing, and that's what we try to promote with how we approach our show. It's about upbeat, it's about positive, it's about having fun. So I think we identify with that, the band identifies with the Shore, and the Shore crowd identifies with us, and I think that's a key reason that this has worked for 3 decades.
This is our one and only job. Some people might say it's luck, but I mean, some people define luck as the knowledge to take opportunity and seize it and work with it. What we've had is strong commitment, strong work ethic, a really strong sense of business, a business model, marketing, all the things that make business.
Obviously, everybody wants to do what they love to do. You know the saying, the cliche, if you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life. But I do think that a lot of the luck you make yourself. There was nobody that worked harder than this band for the first 4 years, and we all did have other jobs for the first 4 years. And we also didn't really plan. You can't plan on this working out. You get together to play because you love to play. And then anything that happens with that, it's all gravy. So I think while it's luck, it's nothing we ever really counted on because we would all play anyway.
This is about the work of what you love. And if you can make a living at it, as we've been able to very well, so fantastic. Nobody ever expected it to go on for 30 years, but because we started the band for all the right reasons and continued to keep the band going for all the right reasons, which is primarily to have a good time, to play music, to play it well, and to respect each other's very vast background of music and just play into it rather than hold anybody to any specific thing or expectation other than do the very best that you can. That seemed to translate into good business, into a good philosophy, and into an amazing career for 30 years so far.
Future for us is always one day at a time. I think all of us will continue playing as long as we are able to play, as long as it remains vital amongst ourselves and with our audience. The advice I would give to bands starting out, be true to yourself, play from here, okay?
Always be a young artist. Always be young in your mind. Always be creative. But really, always get better at playing.
Do what you love. And if you love what you do as an artist, then that's what's going to keep you going.
You're always looking for that fresh romance, for that spark.
Don't count on anything. Play because you love to play. And if you're honest with yourself and true with yourself, good things can happen.
A reason that a lot of businesses or bands or marriages or whatever, the members get frustrated and tear away from each other is because at some level they've become unhappy with their own performance within that realm. If you try to be true to yourself and always be learning and always be interested in your part of that relationship or business or marriage or band, then you're always bringing something to the table and you're always keeping an open ear to what the other people are bringing to the table, and hopefully you can fuse something really wonderful out of it.
I got my first real swing strip, and the violin time, played it till my fingers bled. It was the summer of '69.